You know, when they see red, bro, it's over.
But
It
they're
used
a
to be
blue
red.
team. They
Well,
used to be
orange, I
orange.
guess.
Well, color theory aside, let's go into the land of dawn. Not the land of dawn, the drafting phase for
Wow.
game number 3.
Yeah,
Arashi,
just
patience,
Skip
man.
the drafting phase.
I wanted violence, bro.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so
Arashi, violence, bang, bang.
let's see the violence coming from Dewa United.
That's right.
Fanny, Jushin banned out. We got the Ling and the Chip banned out from TLID. This means that the Phobius is still up for grabs, as well as that Hayabusa and the Hylos.
I think they are okay giving away the Phobius to Dewa United. I think for TLID, their main concern has always been the Hylos for some reason, so I guess they're just going to ban out the Hylos here. Unless they will ban the Phobius, then it should still be the Hylos ban. But what are they're leaving the Hereth open. Okay, Dewa ban Hereth, game 1. Now that's the slot that they swapped over for the Phobios.
We don't want Hayabusa?
I guess. Nah, we don't see the Hayabusa ban.
Not seeing it right here. There's just too many things that have to be prioritized first. For St. DeLucas, is this a trade or is this going to be another maneuver knowing that the Hylos is going to be up? We've seen that teams are... The Phobias, maybe it's a bit too difficult to try and deal with, but the Hylos, we've seen a lot of people just go with the carry and just call it a day, shred them down.
So, there you go. Hayabusa banned out for TLID. This means that the Hylos is up for grabs. Will Dewa United pick up the Hylos here?
I think there's no reason why they shouldn't, but Vexana, they prefer that lockdown, right? That Vexana, by the way, is very good. We see it actually in game 1 and 2. The team that wins are the teams with the Vexana. But with Team Liquid getting
Flavor
the
Fave.
Hylos, Flavor Fave on the Nolan. Now that Vexana becomes a glaring weak spot that Fabian can just immediately destroy.
And I'm looking at Dewa. Honestly, they could go for the Gatot Kacha at this point, right? Again, the Vexana, Gatot Kacha. Just take a look at the draft pick recap here. It might actually be the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There we go. That's the GK. Gatot Kacha for Mueza. And for the last pick in the first phase for them, oh man, they might... This... So far it's crying for a Hereth. They go Alpha. There should be a Hereth, and then they should ban the Lunox.
So no Roger? We're not considering the Roger here?
No, I mean, it's not going to be utilized as flex anyways, right? So might as well just go for Hereth here. Yeah, it should work out here.
Could be the play. And you have the double zone combo, right? The Zaman Force and the Glorious Pathway. Opening a lot of avenues of approach coming in for Team Liquid. And against the Gatot, again, if you're a bit too passive and you have no control, it's going to be difficult. So I think something that's dominant, something with good wave clear, can be critical and just really stopping this Gatot from just having all the space in the world to set up for a play. And as predicted by Mirko, Coach Mirko, Hereth pops up.
Not a coach. Oh, and the Lunox ban. Okay, maybe a little bit of a coach.
Semi-Coach Mirko predicts it once more. Now for Dewa though. I think it's looking like more of a front to back. Generally, it's just going to be the Hylos moving forward and then the Nolan maybe hiding in the sides, coming in towards the back line. I feel like they have to try and get something strong in the mid lane too, because against the Vexana and Gatot, it's going to be hard to match with the wave clear. And with the Alpha, right, a fighter being in the jungle, the last thing they want is for something similar to game number 2 to happen, where the fighter can go in and farm up and steal away and deny farm from their assassin. They need Flavor Fave in tip-top shape.
That's why they banned out the Faramis here. That was also their ban in the previous draft. I don't know if they want to actually go for the Lolita ban again. This time they don't have the Lunox. It's the Arlet though. Put some respect on the MVP of Game 2's name right there in the banning phase. No Arlot for you, Cerezo.
Now without an Arlot to really make the plays happen. What does he want to go with here? The Charizla is still open. And technically, we've seen that it can be impactful. The Carmilla though garners respect as well from Dewa. For Team Liquid, what's it gonna be? Ideally, one more tankier frontline, tankier, you know, follow-up tool maybe. Or perhaps they're thinking they want to go with and show something in the mid lane first.
This flex the Hylos. I think the safe choice would be Valentina, but they can now obviously just go for the I was saying maybe Aurora again, but they decided to go for the Yve. And the Yve won against the Vexana just earlier. Remember, Geek Fam. Boy versus Sans.
This was a similar composition too, right? Phoveus. Okay, no Phoveus, but Nolan. They had the Vexana as well.
With the Mathilda.
Oh, but it was against the Hylos.
It was.
Sure was. Now though, this is a dangerous situation to be in for Dewa here. If the Glorious Pathway gets used up, they're already slowed. You add the Void Crystal on top of that, it's a lot of slows coming in. So the rush playstyle they were trying to use in game number 2 can get completely mitigated, man.
I'm the priestess of
That's the
primal
Edith.
lightning.
Coming down for the XP should be for Chorizo. And the last pick of the carry. Ooh, to deal with the high loss. That's the standard way to deal with the high loss. TLID, what do they go for up against this carry? Edith, the Toad Kacha as well. Honestly, does the X-Borg not look good here?
Oh, the X-Borg against
the Hylos
3
roam?
fighters? I think it has potential, man.
Or they go to Rizla again?
That's a more straightforward approach too, but I feel like the Terizla can have value because of the catch potential, right? The last thing they want is to get kited away from when they're going for a clash. So the Terizla, if they want to really force Dewa to respawn and force all the defensive tools out, or if they really feel like they want more flexibility, more surprise, more control, the X-Borg can be used to kind of survive against the carry as well.
Ooh, it's
the answer is
neither.
neither. It's gonna be the Lolita.
Oh wait, that's actually pretty. That's
really
so
good here.
Edith, Vexana, and carry. It was banned 2 games in a row, by the way. Just saying. Lolita, damned by Dewa, and then banned by Dewa again. Both game 1 and game 2. Ooh, this is probably the worst comp for the Lolita to be left open. Oh man, Vexana, carry, and Edith. So much value.
I mean, technically the carry can still go Purify, right? If that's the issue.
Bulwark, the bounce back of
shield.
field.
Understood, understood.
Yeah, to get out of this CC, yes, you can go for the Purify. That's what he went for, but it's about them just staying in place and getting the Bulwark down. Then Dewa can only just eat that damage back up.
And again, if they want to kite back away and wait till the Bulwark is down and all that, the Glorious Pathway, that's where it comes through. We saw that Fnatic Onyx had this combo earlier, Hylas and Lolita, but it didn't work out for them. I think good coordination is
5 seconds
required
till the
here
enemy
to really make
reaches
this work.
the
The Hylas needs to be the main front line. The Lolita needs to be a bit more elusive, a bit more reactive, right? Needs to be given the time to just time out the Numeron Blast and the Bulwark.
Welcome to Mobile
Let's see if it works,
Legends.
ladies and gentlemen. This combination coming through for TLID in the final game of the final match of week number 5. Everything is on the line now for Dewa United if they still want to have a better chance of making it into the playoffs and that upper bracket slot in for TLID. Let's get into the Land of Dawn.
And by the way, if you look at the composition, I don't think it's any coincidence that, for the most part, a lot of the damage coming in from Team Liquid is going to be magical. It's a one way to kind of counter the Godpod because the reduction that he gets is physical damage reduction only. Magical damage will still cut through him like a hot knife. Emblems by IndieHome though right here. Tenacity for the Hylas with the Vitality, more HP, more regen. And for the Eve, that's a Rupture too, so a lot of penetration.
Oh, Moesa's gotta be careful. Pop to the damage, Fabian. The Usurper is here, coming down. Not enough damage just yet. Moesa's turning it around and he survives. Wow.
No fracture for Fabian right there. With the fracture, that was a done deal. But unfortunately, he was forced to stand there and just basic attack. One more minion would have given him that necessary power spike, but unfortunately, not there. And now for Dewa, the audience prediction favors them now.
56%.
Man, they just swamped. They just bandwagoning, man. Oh, Fabian coming down. Fracture. You call it Arashi. All you needed was a fracture. Ray actually goes with the Spear of Alpha. Good taunt over to 2. Getting the combo. Now Moesa living with a sliver of HP again. The unkillable man.
Ray has been a monster, by the way, on this alpha, right? Game number 2, game number 3. There's so many moments that he was able to outplay TLID in these small skirmishes. 3 wins, 1 loss. I'm not gonna pretend like I can percentage that. 25% win rate. No, 75% win rate. There you go. Quick maths.
Slow mass coming in from Eternal, but Moesa coming in fast though.
Yeah, doesn't have the Revitalize actually, so this should be free for Fabian unless Chorizo gets it. No, the Usurper claims it with a Retribution.
Absolutely more in line with what we are used to seeing from Team Liquid. Fabian on the Nolan, man. One of the first heroes he popped off on when he arrived onto the MPL. And you're seeing why it's such a big problem. He has skill now with the Yeep though. Seeing him kind of do well. Able to zone the Vexana away. So we talked about the trio mid presence. Without backup. Ooh, Kaze!
Whoa, Kaze is so low. Witty was waiting in that bush. So smart as well how they play this mid lane. Yaskio's in the bottom side, keeps on zoning. Meanwhile, Aaron Shiki doing that to Watt, really bullying him up top. But yeah, using the angles to force Vexana to move to Lolita.
He's not having the greatest of times. And so is Watt, right? Watt's not also having a great time. Force that recall, gonna be able to tragically lose a little bit of those turrets, those minions rather. And again, Dewa open up and look for a moment in that mid lane, but now they're trading in to this gold lane. Aaron Shiki.
He'd be able to escape, gets the taunt down though, Mueza.
Ray is playing it really patient there, waiting for the long-term investment to pay off, but he was staying there in that bush for quite a while despite all the action. Now getting rewarded with a gold buff, but with the rotation coming in, can Fabian get a play?
Whoa. Just poking Mueza down.
Wow, looking at the laning again in the gold lane, Aaron Shiki, I believe he was able to deny 1 or 2 gold cards away from Watt. That is definitely not how he wanted the lane to go, Watt. With this carry, it's going to be critical, but we've seen again this whole matchup. The carry will need to be doing damage, but he's going to be zoned away by the Yi potentially.
Whoa, Mueza going in for the taunt onto Aran though. Maybe they can actually burst him down as a vengeance coming down from Aran. Spear of Alpha defensively, good now blast actually catch Mueza, but he's still going to be going in with the Eternal Guard, knocking him up, and now and onward. Oh, the fracture and the real world manipulation gets comboed in, re-mobilized, Mueza taken down. And Chorizo, unfortunately, even with the Primal Wrath, he can't deal damage, not while the Bulwark is up and active. Up top, it's a win to Aaron Shiki zoning Watt away. A win across the board for the Cavalry.
1-for-1 trade, but it looks like Ray is the one around the turtle. He's still going to be able to pick that up. Fabian looks for a cross-map play here, picking up that purple buff. He should be able to get it, and there it is. Who was that worth it for?
I think it's quite even, but Team Liquid winning the fight, getting all that gold in the hands of Aaron Shiki, and still, for the most part, only losing a turtle. I feel like it's worth it for them. It's more in line with their win condition, and it's 2 birds with 1 stone. They shut down Watt. They kind of augment Aran's tankability. As of right now, running that Vengeance, it's on a lower cooldown to revitalize, but he really struggles to survive long enough here with all the shred and the true damage coming in from Ray as well. So that could really be the idea. And with Watt out of the picture, that's where Fabian can focus all his efforts in finding Kaze. Running with the flicker, he's going to be able to force that out multiple times.
Aaron is almost a 1k gold ahead. It's slipping a little bit here with Watt being able to pick up those minions in the mid lane. But again, right? Aaron recalling their understanding and being very confident with the fact that he's able to take control over that lane. It's only a matter of time when he pops off. Dewa United, what's the game plan? Do they look for a shutdown onto Aaron here to try and prevent that from happening?
You gotta play around the timers, because as of right now, if a fight breaks out, you saw how it worked out earlier. Even with the Avatar of the Guardian, you can't cancel out the real-world manipulation. It's one of the strong suits of the Yve. So if they get roped and they get caught in that real-world manipulation, and they don't have enough damage to burst down through the shield and HP bar of Yehezkiel, they're gonna be stuck in a long drawn-out fight where the carry won't be able to be as active, and there's a Bulwark to stop the damage from both the carry and the Edith. So they have to time it well as Chorizo.
Try to go for the cut of the wave, but he should be taken down. The Primal Wrath coming down. Good fracture. Real world manipulation committed down to actually take him out. So they will have the resource advantage going up top. Avatar coming down. Oh, and the Eternal Guard. Aaron Shiki to no chance. You can't take that much burst.
That was a great trade for Dewa United, right? A man ahead. Aaron Shiki's not in the picture. And the turtle just so happens to be positioned in the top lane as well. It should be a free turtle over to Dewa United. And that gold should shift over to the gods as well.
Interesting situation there. The play for Chorizo to cut kind of pulled everyone to try and punish him. It was a great choice for Dewa though to try and get the play. But you would expect that Iron would know that eyes are on him. But with that sequence of events, Dewa get the turret as well, and immediately the goal difference once again is neutralized. This game is razor close.
It's classic Chorizo, right? If you guys remember him when he made his debut, Uranus, Esmeralda, always cutting the waves, Paquito even.
Probably a familiar situation for him to see when he's looking at how that was playing out. And look at this. Team Liquid, despite having the assassin, they're the ones sticking together in that mid lane. They didn't let Yeheskel clear it on his own. They are the ones that are spreading out apart and getting more effective movement right here because everyone is doing something. Pushing the wave, getting extra farm. And you can see the gold lead from about 200. It's kind of extending up to like 600. But for the most part, Iron and Fabian, the main carries on the side of Team Liquid, does still have the advantage. So that is something that Team Liquid want to hold on to.
All good. It looked a bit scary there with Mueza, but there was no one to follow it up.
Nope, not just yet. Watt's going to be able to push in that lane in the top side. What is this? Mueza, is he looking for a setup here? He does have his ultimate down.
Actually not available just yet, and you can see maybe that's exactly why Team Liquid are grouping around, and particularly near the turrets. In case the Avatar of the Guardian comes through, they have no vision on Mueza right here. He's doing a great job just waiting around in the bushes, so the threat of him out of nowhere arriving from the air is very feasible, very tangible. Fabian now going for a bit of a split push play situation as the next Lord is coming up. Sorizo already in position to try and alter that situation, but Team Liquid, if they can force a fight here without Sorizo, this could be the window that they can use.
Is this it? See, it's not Fabian going for that split push. They're trying to handle Sorizo on the side lane, right? TLID,
Wow.
they usually play the macro so well, but it looks like Dewa United have more pressure on these side lanes. Meanwhile,
Aran going over the glorious path. They go on to Ray, but he's still going to be able to find the retribution. His arrow Cheeky jumps into the Zaman force. Avatar getting Mueza out. It's still in the real world of Leicester, but Ray gets his Spear of Alpha. Witty gets this play. Fabian comes in to get Ray. Sorizo with a flicker onward. Aaron purifies out of it. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Fabian tries to go for a clear, but it's a win for Dewa.
Fabian going straight for the trades as we expected, but won't have time to go for the orange. And look at Sorizo, man, immediately reading the habits through.
no. Case.
Looking for information. Oh,
Case is a dead man. Fabian, 1-2. Oh, what a combo, too. Starts it with a fracture to get the passive to follow it up, and then sneaks past Sorizo like he's nothing.
Sorizo doesn't have flicker, so he shouldn't be able to get this. But it does give them an advantage, right? It does give them a little bit more of a fighting chance. But honestly, that entire lore take, it felt like Dewa United were outsmarting TLID just a bit because of Sorizo.
it seems like Team Liquid, you would expect them to punish Sorizo first when the timing is right, but the timing on Sorizo's movements also is just orchestrated so much better.
Yeah.
And if you look at the items though, real quick, Wishing Lantern for both the mid laners, no Enchanted Talisman, no mana boots. The focus has shifted here from spamming those spells to having that one massive moment with your spells. And that is what both mid laners are looking for.
Oh, is Fabian gonna get his purple buff? Ray is in the vicinity. He also does still have that retribution, but they're not gonna go for it. Iran was still able to zone him out. But meanwhile, Watt is busy in the top lane.
Wow.
But that's it.
I really think it might be the got out pressure, man. Literally. They're just not really confident in sending out anyone without mobility to solo defend, just in case. Just like that. They're just concerned about the potential engagers, and Team Liquid, they're allowing Dewa to get the space. Look at this, even in the bottom lane, the minions are taking the turret down as Sorizo lends a hand. This is 11 minutes, guys, and they're losing most of their turrets now. Only the one in the mid lane standing there.
Well played, man. Really well played by Dewa United here. You're seeing their improvement live as well. Up against CLID, they rise to the occasion. Oh, man. Fabian is waiting in that bush, canceling his recalls. Let's see if Dewa actually read it out. The crowd also waiting for a moment. Seems everybody's holding their breath. No, not Case again. Please, not Case again. He's had enough.
Fabian's not recalling.
Oh, going for the angle onto Case again. Fabian finds it and escapes. Gets on the Spear of Alpha. Fabian with the great escape. What an angle! Now Ray's gonna be trying to use the Spear of Alpha already. The real world manipulation locks him down. It is Ray against the world, trying to survive, but the horse stomps him on his head as he's unconscious. Aaron gets in to dish out the last bit of damage. Wow, Fabian.
Patience, right? Patience. He nearly went in for the recall, but the fact was Yeheskel was able to open up the map, give him information to make that incredible play. Without Case in the picture, TLID, it was a green light for them to go in for the advance, go in for the team fight, and take 3 members down in return. Look at them as now steamrolling over Dewa United structures. while Fabian is very quick to the Lord.
Just like that, Lord and 2 mid turrets. Gold advantage though isn't that high, but Fabian with the free OD. What in the world is going on, man? We see assassins, and usually it's all about the mechanics. It's all about the flashy moments. But Fabian, it's the big brain approach. These
So
traps,
good.
these rotations. The guy is so good. Now with the Lord coming through, 1k gold lead, Team Liquid are gonna get at least 2 turrets. The wave on the top side isn't even managed just yet. It was definitely gonna get taken down.
And now Aaron Shiki picks up a Divine Glaive, so he already has the Holy Crystal earlier on. Now with the Divine Glaive, Arashi.
The longer the game goes, the more important the gold lanes become in outputting the damage, the more value Weedy will end up having on the Bulwark. In that one team fight, we saw Watt jump in to try and save the day, but the Bulwark immediately stonewalls him. Now playing the defense game against a Heave. This is a tough situation to be in for Dewa United.
Lord coming in the mid lane, that's an enhanced Lord. Meanwhile, up top, Fabian is going to try to manipulate the waves for the second wave to come in. Bottom lane, no waves to play with. Liquid still playing around with it. Chorizo getting bursted down quite a bit. The Numenon blast charges in with a flicker. Connecting on the 3, there's no follow-up. Oh, the fracture! Gets rid of the Ray. Goes up the Spear of Alpha, but again it is Fabian, the Usurper, who gets the kill. Moving away from it again. Aaron Shiki deals with Chorizo. 2-1 TLID.
And at the very end here, the Cavalry's charge was just too much for Dewa United to handle. Unfortunately today, the gods will have to bow down to the Cavalry, who literally utilized a horse in this game to charge into the base. By the way.
Team Liquid, they started slow, they were stuttering around. But then once they saw their opportunity, they found that moment, everything came crashing down for Dewa United. You can see the disappointment in the face of Coach Ryzan. It was a great attempt. It was possible.